Greetings. Welcome to Church of Real Talk. I am your host, Minister Robinson, and I am so very excited that you are here. With this offering, we're going to close out for now because there's so much information about manifestation that I definitely want to share with you. But there is so much other information that I want to share with you. And with that being said, and I'll get into this a little bit later on in the video, I'm really considering going live every Sunday around 9 or 10 a.m. I'm going to create a set schedule where I can give offerings live. When I sit down to do these offerings, and this is why growth is so important. When I sit down to do these offerings, I literally just pick a subject and I tap from my knowledge base. And thankfully, the universe gives me the wisdom to actually convey these principles to you. I'm thinking it's time to grow, okay? Listen, I love my hoodies. They're super comfortable, but it's time that the evolution begins, okay? So shirt, tie, how you dress is completely up to you. But going live, okay, and presenting an offering that I worked on all week, that I crafted just for you, I think is the next logical step in the growth of Church of Real Talk. Now, with that being said, we got the domain. It's church, the number 4, the chosen. Okay, so church for the chosen. Got a splash page up. We really need to work on it. I think it's because I've been contemplating this whole thing about going live. Again, evolution is mandatory for anything to grow and flourish. Now, back to the front of the ranch, as I like to say. We are here to talk about doubts and fears, as I promised from the last offering. How doubts and fears get in the way of manifestation. However, I decided to, I guess just add a wrinkle to it, okay? Doubts, fear, and the Matrix. Okay, my favorite movie, I know. But in any event, there are a lot of, I guess there's a lot of useful information that is geared and directed to chosen ones. I'm figuring everybody on the planet has seen at least Matrix 1. Okay, if you haven't, I would seriously suggest that you sit down and take a watch. Yes, there's a lot of violence in it. However, there is a deeper message. There's a very deep message in the Matrix. And hey, Neo was the one. So I just equate that to he was the chosen one. But we'll get into that as we get into this offering. All right, let's go right about nowish. All right. Let's just get started, okay? So we are talking about doubt and fear and how it gets entangled and messes up the whole manifestation process. Well, let's look at fear and doubt as far as it being a part of our mindset. Fear and doubt actually do serve a purpose to a certain extent, especially fear, okay? If you're walking along a highway or walking through the woods and you come across, I guess, a mountain lion, okay? Fear is very useful at that point, okay? It is very, very useful, okay? Because it puts you into fight or flight mode, okay? More than likely, if it's a mountain lion, you're going to go into flight mode, okay? Doubt, on the other hand, is just a mechanism that we've picked up through the years to keep us emotionally and mentally safe. Does it work all the time? I'm going to vote no. Okay? Doubt and fear actually work together. Okay? Because doubts are based on the fear of you failing, the fear of you not being accepted, the fear of, just screwing everything up. When you bring doubt into manifestation, as I said before, once you believe that you do not deserve something, I don't care if a fleet of helicopters dropped it right in front of you, you're going to find a way to screw it up. Because deep rooted in your subconscious mind is the fact that you don't deserve it. You could walk down the street, find a bag of money with a gazillion dollars in it, and guaranteed, if you don't feel that you deserve that money, you will just piss it away. Okay? And you'll be right back to your comfort level. Doubt and fear, the reason why they work together is because doubt has been programmed into you for so freaking long. Chosen ones, you can resonate with this. How many times have you been told that there's something that you cannot do? That something that you're going to attempt to do is going to be so hard. Why would you even begin the process? We have heard this from childhood all the way up to adulthood, okay? And sometimes adulting is not that much fun when doubt is thrown into the mix. When you fear something, when you fear that something is going to change you, when you fear something is going to take something away from you, when you fear that, hey, listen, if I have this, I will just be struck with nothing but bad luck because the doubt side of me is telling me that I don't deserve it. This gets in the way of the manifestation process. Now, I'm going to give you some exercises on how you can attack this, but I'm going to tell you it's not going to be an easy process. You know, I go on YouTube and I watch certain videos about manifestation because I really spent years trying to understand it. And honestly, it was after I watched The Secret. Okay, I spent years trying to understand it. And what I'll do is I'll jump from person to person to person, follow them for a little while until I'm like, okay, you're not being very helpful. You're not giving me correct information. That's the quickest way for me to unsubscribe. Okay? Or you're making it seem like it's magic. Okay? It's not magic. It's just like math. Okay? There has always been abundance in this universe. We spend our whole lives thinking about lack because this is what has been programmed into us. This is how we as people have learned that life is hard. Life isn't hard. Life is as hard as we decide that it is going to be. So, with all of this programming that we have gotten through the years, okay, since childhood all the way up to the art of adulting, okay, with all of this information that has been embedded in our brains about why we should doubt things, why we should be fearful of things, why we don't deserve things, okay, it's actually taken, I guess it's put a coating over your mind, over your subconscious. And every time that you reinforce that fear or that doubt, the coating just gets thicker. Many great orators say that, you know, it's an easy process. It's not an easy process. If you're 20 years old, you're talking about 20 years of, let's call it rust, just sitting on top of your mind. If you're 30 years old, 30 years of rust, just sitting on top of your mind. If you're 40 years old, so on and so forth, it's just rust. So something that has taken that long to build up, you know, and the thing is, it's just been building up with no resistance. Okay, why would you think that you can get rid of it in a day? I'm not going to say that it's going to take you 20, 30, or 40 years, okay, because you're chosen. You are chosen. But you've got to start the process. You have to start the process of removing this covering of rust that is actually serving you no purpose. Again, I go back to fear. Fear serves a real purpose. Okay, it really does. However, we can't let fear actually be the only purpose in our lives. Your chosen ones. If you are fearful of everything, if you believe that everything should be feared, you put your body in a very crazy state. You put your body in a constant state of fight or flight. Now, when you get into fight or flight, what happens? Your adrenaline goes up, your heart starts racing, your body sends blood to where it's needed. If you need, it starts like osmosing more energy for you from like the food that you probably ate all day. It's like, hey, listen, these legs, they gotta run. Or these fists, they've gotta actually fight. So let's give the nutrients and all of this stuff very quickly, okay, and then throw some adrenaline in. Let's get it very quickly into either the legs, the arms, the lungs, whatever is needed so that we can survive. We live our lives this way due to the programming, and sometimes we doubt that we can question the fear. You know, I watched a video. I can't remember the speaker's name. I'm going to look it up. He actually has a YouTube channel, but I caught him on Gaia a few years ago. And what he said made so much sense to me. He said, back in the day, back in the early days of man, let's say man was being chased by a saber-toothed tiger, okay? What would happen was, you know, he would have a decision, fight or flight. If he has no weapons, he's going to actually take flight. He's going to go. And he would go into his cave or whatever, you know, thing he had to live in, and he would cover it up so that the saber-toothed tiger could not get in. But after a while, what would happen is, you know, after all that adrenaline calms down, he would rest. We see this in wildlife all the time. We watch the nature shows where a lion or a tiger or a jaguar is chasing a deer or a gazelle or whatever, and the gazelle gets away. Notice that after the gazelle gets away, it goes into a state of rest. It starts grazing, it starts, you know, hanging out by the water, hanging out with the rest of the gazelles, telling his story, whatever, okay? It's the same thing with that early man. After he is sure that the saber-toothed tiger has gone and left to go find somebody else or something else to hunt, he begins to rest. He re-energizes himself. You know, he eats his food, whatever. And more than likely, as you can attest, whenever you're in a very high stress situation, you tend to just want to lay down. However, in today's world, and I think this is done so purposely to actually keep chosen ones off balance. Okay? So what happens is we are put in situations where we are constantly in fight or flight. Constantly. There's no way around it. You go to work. You know, you got to make sure that you do your job right, or your supervisor, your manager is going to come over and say something to you. This is going to cause you adrenaline because now you're at the point, hey, am I going to keep this job? Am I going to walk away? But if I don't keep this job, what's going to happen is how am I going to feed my family? How am I going to actually pay for my car? How am I going to pay for where I live? That's a fear response. That is nothing more than a fear response. You know, and then we go out in public. At the end of the day, we go on lunch. Somebody cuts the line while you're trying to order your lunch. Your time is limited, you know. So now you're in fight or flight mode again. You know, you come home at the end of the day, you check the mailbox, you open it up. There's a bunch of circulars, there's a bunch of sales coupons, and there's bills. You know, stress level's still there. The stress level is still there. At what point, since you woke up to go to work, have you actually gotten some rest? Have you actually replenished yourself? Have you actually kept the adrenaline down? We go through these cycles on a daily basis. And here's the kicker. We doubt that we can get out of it. We doubt that we can get out of this situation because we have been programmed that this is part of life. When it comes to manifestation, it's not part of life. It is not part of life. And I'm going to tell you something, not to sound like a tinfoil hat person, but I think this has been done on purpose. Because the powers that be know that they're chosen ones walking amongst them. And they want to ensure at all costs that they do not tap into their awakening. Doesn't that resonate with you? Don't you find people in your life that you may speak about what you're experiencing as a chosen one, as a gifted one, as someone that was placed here to help the rest of humanity, and you are met with doubt? Where they tell you that, oh, that's not making any sense to me. No, it's not making sense to them because they don't want you to awaken. That's very scary because you have the capability to change so much in this world. You have the capability to change so much in this world. Okay? Doubt, this whole rust pile, the easiest way that I have found that has actually worked for me, and as I share it with people, has worked for them, is as soon as the doubt or the fear, except when it's a mountain lion, cougar, or some other wild beast, okay? When the doubt or fear creeps up into your mind, and you know when it creeps up, because you're trying to manifest something, you're saying, oh, I want $1 million, and then there's this quick flash of thought like, you ain't getting no $1 million. Get out of here. You don't deserve $1 million. What have you done to get $1 million? You have to sit up there and now stop the process. You have to stop the process right then and there and say, you know what? Why do I feel this way? Why am I fearing something that I am trying to manifest? And have that quick conversation with yourself. It may not be quick. Like I said, you're talking about 20, 30, 40, maybe even 50 years of rust just building up. I have found nothing on the market, okay, like I said, I'm not a handyman, that can get rid of rust that has been growing and taking hold on a piece of metal that is just going to disappear in 5 minutes. It's not. You've got to start having these conversations with yourself. You know, a lot of people may go, wow, why is Minister Robinson phasing out there? Why did he just pause? Because there might be something in the conversation that is beneficial to Minister Robinson, and then a doubt came up. So now I need to address that. I need to address that because I can't let it go on another day. God forbid another year. You know, we have to learn the process of understanding where, not only where, but when, why, how, what. We have to understand all of this when it comes to our doubts. You will manifest nothing past what you doubt. You may manifest it, but I guarantee you'll lose it. I guarantee that nothing good will come out of it. Excuse me. We know the people that, for whatever reason, they win the lottery. And I often, these come across my Google feed. And I'm always surprised when a person ends up in court and the money is taken away. Or out the woodwork, everybody that he knew basically, hey, listen, we had a lottery pool here. Okay, yeah, you gave us a printout of tickets that we brought, but you brought a separate ticket. We want a piece of that. And now he's in court fighting for something that is his or hers. The fear and doubt is at crazy levels right now in the world. It's at crazy levels. And like I said, I feel it's done on purpose. What I want to do is, I need to take a quick break because I feel myself getting excited, a little bit excited. But And the reason why I get excited is because I suffered through this. I suffered through double thinking myself or outthinking myself out of things because of fear and doubt. You know, things that, you know, I'll give you a quick example, okay? I remember as a teenager, I was a messenger. I don't know how legal this may be, but I didn't do anything, so they can't come arrest me. But anywho, what happened was I was delivering a package, and there was all this hoopla going on down the block. Police cars, everything. I saw people running, blase, blase, boom. And I'm right outside the bank, and I look over, and there's a duffel bag in the garbage can. Okay? Deep down inside, I had an inkling what was in that duffel bag. Okay? Just using context clues. I'm like, okay, this. I'm right in front of the bank. There's probably money in here. But you know what crept up? Now, this is me being 18 years old, and I'm not saying or validating that this is right, okay? But fear and doubt crept in my mind. Within a split second, I already said, hey, listen, somebody probably just robbed the bank, and to get away faster, just threw this in the garbage can. This is probably a bag full of freaking money, okay? But if I pick it up, the cops are going to come and arrest me. If you know, I take it, what am I going to do with the money? All of these fears and doubts that were unfounded. Maybe my life would have changed at that point if I didn't have those fears and doubts. The only way that I found out and confirmed what was going on was when I got home from work. This is way back then. I sat down and watched the news, and I found out exactly what happened. Now, there's a good chance that someone didn't have fears and doubts, okay, because most of the money wasn't reclaimed. They did catch the robbers. However, there was a huge chunk of money. I'm so upset when I think about this. There was a huge chunk of money that was missing, hence the duffel bag. Fear and doubt, okay? I'm going to take a quick break, and then we're going to jump right in, and then we're going to plug in the matrix into this whole manifestation 101. And you know what? I'm sure it's going to resonate with you. All right? Let's go. Okay, we are back, and right now I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have shared that story. However, it's a real story. It really happened, you know, and, you know, as I got older, I remembered that story, that thing that actually could have changed my life. And I always ask myself, why didn't I just pick it up? This was pre-terrorist attack 9/11 days, so picking up a duffel bag that, you know, who throws the duffel bag into the garbage? You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like it had stuff in it. So, you know, thinking back, like I said, it might not have been the right thing to do. I don't know. Leave in the comments. What would you have done if you would have come across that duffel bag sitting outside the bank with a whole bunch of hoopla going up the block? What would you have done? Honestly, I'm interested to find out. Did I do the right thing or did I do the wrong thing? But anywho, now I'm to the age of adulting, so that really doesn't matter. Now, back to fear and doubt and how this all figures into the freaking matrix. Well, if you've watched the movie, here is a couple of things, okay? Neo, which actually stands for the One, which in a sense stands for the Chosen One, needed to be awakened. He was in a deep sleep inside of the battery pack factory that the machines had built so they can siphon off energy from us. Strangely enough, low vibrating beings siphoning energy off of chosen ones. Does this resonate with you? He was put in a constant cycle. Okay, a constant cycle. We noticed this from his job. A constant cycle of stress, more stress, whatever. Okay, he's a hacker. He does what he does to actually start to awaken himself, to find out more. Doesn't this resonate with you? I haven't even gotten started yet. You know, how you're constantly seeking knowledge, how you're trying to find out what everything means around you. What is your purpose here? What are you here to do? Have you been lied to? Is there something more to this reality? Doesn't that resonate with you? Okay, but back to the story of Neo and the Matrix. As Neo finds himself after going to the nightclub with Trinity, as he finds himself now starting to understand just a wee bit more, what do the agents come and do? They instill fear in him. See, this is what I'm talking about. Fear has the potential to stop everything, including your manifestation. With the fear came the doubt. We remember the scene when he's in the car and Trinity has to talk him down to say, basically, you're being irrational. We are only here to help you. Doesn't this resonate with you, chosen ones? Don't you wake up in the morning and no matter how your day was the day before, you are kind of in the back of your mind just cycling through ways that you can help others. Whether it be your family members, whether it be your co-workers, whether it be your mate, you automatically wake up and that's usually the first thought in your head is how you can be of assistance. On my social media networks, what I tend to do is, and I actually have an LLC, if people write me, you know, I take the good morning, I return it back, and the next thing, this has been something I've been doing for years, is how can I be of assistance? I'm getting straight to the point. I am willing to assist you. Let me know how I can be of assistance. Okay? It's like your higher power or the universe. There's a constant text message coming down to you from your higher power, the universe, basically stating, how can I be of assistance? You just need to tap into that. But back to Neo. Okay, so and I'm not going to sit up here and outline the whole freaking movie, okay? But we notice a couple of things. We notice Neo has a ravenous need to learn. Okay, we went past the blue pill, red pill thing. That's done, okay? But now that he has semi-awakened, now that he is starting to see his potential, and remember something that I said very early on when I started Church of Real Talk. There are others that will oftentimes see your potential before you do. That is the role of Morpheus. He saw the potential that lied within Neo. Okay? So, we're past the red pill, blue pill. That's done. Now he's jacked in and all he wants to do is learn. In fact, one actor actually says, this guy is a beast. He's ravenous. He has gone through so much documentation of everything. And we see the scene where stuff is just going in and you know, and then he comes out, they pull him up and he sighs. And then he looks over and he says, I know Kung Fu. You know, we have amazing tools in front of us. We have the internet, we have our cell phones, we have computers, we have AI. We have all of these things in front of us. And they are tools for you, the chosen one. These tools are put here specifically for you. There is so much knowledge out there. There are so many different ways that you can fight off the doubt, the fear, the inability to manifest. It just takes you willing to take the time, you willing to stop doubting yourself, you willing to just say, hey, listen, I want to sit down and learn this, because not only will it benefit me, it will benefit all of those around me. So how does this all matrix thing fit into doubt and fear? When did Neo finally understand that he was the chosen one? What did he have to get rid of first? He had to get rid of the doubt. And just like I told you in a previous offering, we find in the Matrix that thing that I talk about where the universe will put things in your path to show you the way. That's all the Oracle was about. That's all about Morpheus being captured. It was the universe's way of unlocking the full potential that lied within him. He had to put in a situation that he had no choice but to unlock his higher potential. Does that not resonate with you, chosen ones? Have you found yourself in a situation where you had to push away the old ways of thinking, push away the doubt, push away the fear, and take the path that is going to give you, or give the person that you're dealing with, the best outcome possible? These are things that we have to look at all times. When he first fought the agent, the reason why he lost was because he believed that agents were impossible to beat. The reason being is because we talk about that rust, that layer of disinformation that has been fed to us for years. What was the first thing that he was told? If you see an agent, you do like everybody else. You run. No one could think about fighting an agent. No one wanted to even think about it. They ran. We saw that in the opening of the movie. Trinity ran. Neo, once he unlocked his full potential as a chosen one, as you can do. Trust me, you can do this. I'm not saying fight an agent, but I'm saying you can unlock your true potential without being basically tried or trial by fire. You just have to get the mindset right. And once you start chipping away at all of that rust that's built up from the years, you'll find it'll be easier. You find that it will be easier. In today's world, there is so much talk about the pineal gland, and everybody says that due to our lifestyle, our eating habits, and our thought patterns, the pineal gland has been calcified and has to be decalcified. And I'll get into that later, because the pineal gland is very, very important to chosen ones and tapping into the power that is that of the chosen. You know, like Neo had to learn, you have to begin to believe at some point. You have to begin to believe in yourself. You have to begin to believe in your capabilities. Here's an easier way to put it. You are a chosen one. You are a star seed. This was the gift that was given to you from your higher power or the universe. Why does doubt demand that you seek validation from others? That's part of the problem. Embrace who you are. You don't need validation from anyone else on this mortal realm. This was a gift given to you by your higher power or the universe. If you need to have a discussion with someone, that is who you have the discussion with. That is what prayer and meditation is for. I have to regrettably end this Manifestation 101. I will definitely revisit it. There is just so much knowledge out there about manifestation. My small win that I set into the motion is working. It is working. The channel is growing. And this, again, the chain of events, the inspired action, the taking action. This is where I decided once I said, oh, this worked. So what do I do next? Well, taking action means that I need to take the next logical step. So when I get to 300 subscribers or maybe 500 subscribers, what I want to do is I want to offer services where I give offerings every Sunday. I'm just going to say 9 o'clock, okay? Every Sunday at 9 o'clock, and they will be live and there will be chat, and we will be able to share ideas and concepts and ways of thinking, and once again, living within our purpose of being of assistance to others. There are those that are just awakening at this very moment as you sit down and watch this video. You may have awakened years before I did. You have knowledge that is integral to me actually traveling the path in the correct way. So why not make this official? You know, then the next step after that is to go out there and get a physical location. Church of Real Talk. So, I mean, this is the evolution of things. You know, just as we found in the Matrix, Neo, everything hinged on him embracing and walking his path as a chosen one or the one. That has to resonate with you. Everything outside of us is dependent on us following our path, being able to be of assistance to others, being able to help others. And this is what I really, my dream, my goal is to make Church of Real Talk truly a sanctuary for chosen ones. I held you guys long enough, told you a bunch of stories, and talked about the Matrix forever. But in any event, if you haven't seen the movie or you have seen the movie, let me know your feelings and viewpoints on how it ties into being a starseed or a chosen one. Or am I completely bonkers? Did I see something that nobody else saw? Which happens. Doesn't that resonate with you? Hey, listen. Website will definitely be up. We got the domain, Church for the Chosen. So Church, the number 4, the Chosen. Got a splash page up, but I'm not going to send you to it. I'm not going to put it up in the links because I want it to be complete. I want it to be worthy of you actually clicking and going over there. I think I got nothing else in the tank. Hopefully you start having those conversations with yourself about doubt and fear so that you can move forward. I really hope you enjoyed these 3 parts of manifestation. There is so much more out there as far as knowledge is concerned. Honestly, my viewpoint is not to get rich. I don't want $1 billion to appear before me. I just want what is needed so that I can be of assistance to others. Easy peasy. Makes life easier, and it kind of shows that you're grateful to the universe. We talked about that as well. Hopefully you guys will be here for Friday's offering, and hopefully you'll see fit to share this video, let people know what it is that we discuss. You know, we discuss here at Church of Real Talk, and you know, go out there and be of assistance. You know, just be of assistance. You'll find that life kind of unfolds a lot easier when you're not just focused on yourself, but you're focused on assisting others. Because at the end of the day, that's our job description as chosen ones. Hey, listen, I want to thank you for tuning in to Church of Real Talk. If no one told you, and it just befuddles me why people don't tell you guys this stuff. If no one's told you, I'm going to tell you right now. Love you guys.
Welcome to the Church of Real Talk, where seekers embrace their calling as chosen ones guided by the universe. In a world filled with noise and distractions, we offer a sanctuary, a place to pause, reflect, and awaken to your true potential. Join us on a journey of self-discovery and transformation as we explore the depths of spirituality, consciousness, and the mysteries of existence. From understanding the power of synchronicities to embracing your innate gifts and abilities, we offer practical wisdom and spiritual insights to help you navigate the path of the chosen one with grace and clarity. Whether you're just beginning to awaken to your potential or seeking guidance on your next steps, our channel is here to support you every step of the way. Together, let's uncover the secrets of the soul, embrace our true calling, and radiate love and light into the world. Welcome to the Church of Real Talk, a sanctuary where authenticity meets enlightenment, and every soul is honored on its sacred journey.